Imagine walking into a fancy glass-walled office in the middle of the city. You are 59 years old. You've worked your absolute guts out for 40 years. You've paid off the mortgage, you've raised the kids, and you've scraped together a decent pile of superannuation. A bloke in a tailored blue suit shakes your hand. He pours you a sparkling water, hands you a glossy 80-page booklet with a picture of a smiling couple on a beach, and tells you the words you have been desperate to hear. Relax, mate. We will take it from here. It sounds like a dream, but the moment you sign that piece of paper, you have just invited a vampire into your bank account.
G'day. Today we are tearing the band-aid off the Australian financial advice industry. Because while there are a few good apples out there, the vast majority of the suits in this country are operating on a business model designed to separate you from your life savings, right at the exact moment you are most vulnerable. By the end of this video, I am going to expose the 3 specific, mathematically devastating lies your financial advisor will tell you the moment you turn 60. We are going to look at the safe harbour trap that guarantees you go broke, and the invisible fee scam that pays for your advisor's European ski trip. But most importantly, I am going to reveal a completely legal, verified Centrelink loophole that your advisor is deliberately hiding from you, because telling you about it would cost them their commission.
You survived 40 years of the daily grind. Do not let a bloke with a clipboard steal your finish line. Let's get into it. The very first lie your advisor will tell you usually happens the week you turn 59. You sit down in their office and they put on a very serious, concerned face. They will tell you, because you are retiring soon, we need to protect your capital. We cannot afford market risk. We need to move all your super out of the growth options and put it into conservative or cash options. It sounds like common sense, doesn't it? You are about to stop working, so you want your money to be safe. But in the financial world, safety is the most dangerous word in the English language.
Let me introduce you to a bloke named Safe Play Pete. Pete hit 60 with $500,000 in his super. His advisor spooked him about a stock market crash, so Pete agreed to move the whole lot into a conservative, cash-heavy option. Pete thought he was building a fortress, but Pete's advisor conveniently forgot to explain the silent assassin in the room: inflation. Pete retired. His cash option was paying him a pathetic 3% a year. Meanwhile, the real-world cost of groceries, petrol, council rates and electricity was rising at 5% a year. Every single morning that Pete woke up, his money was mathematically shrinking. He wasn't losing money on the stock market, but he was bleeding to death at the supermarket checkout. Within 7 years, the purchasing power of Pete's $500,000 had completely collapsed. He had to go back to work at 68 driving a delivery van because his safe strategy guaranteed he would run out of cash. Here is the brutal, verified truth. If you retire at 60, you are probably going to live until you are 85 or 90. You have a 30-year retirement ahead of you. 30 years is not a short-term timeline. You cannot afford to hide under the bed in cash. You must keep a large portion of your money in growth assets, like Australian shares, to outpace inflation. Your advisor wants you in cash because it stops you from panicking and calling them when the market dips. They are protecting their own headache, not your future. Now, this next lie is where the robbery actually takes place in broad daylight. When you agree to let an advisor manage your retirement fund, they will tell you their fee is incredibly small. They will say, we only charge a 1.5% management fee. It is practically a rounding error. You won't even notice it.
And they are right. You won't notice it, because human brains are terrible at understanding compounding percentages. Let's look at the raw maths. You have $600,000 in your super. 1.5% of $600,000 is $9,000.
That means you are paying this bloke $9,000 a year. But wait, it gets worse. The following year, your fund grows to $700,000 because the market had a good run. You did nothing. The advisor did nothing except ride the wave of the Australian economy. But because his fee is a percentage, his pay just bumped up to $10,500. Over a 20-year retirement, that tiny 1.5% fee will suck roughly $250,000 directly out of your pocket.
Let me put this in pub terms. Imagine taking your car to a mechanic for an oil change. Instead of charging you $200 for the labour, the mechanic says, "I'll change the oil, but my fee is 1.5% of the total value of your car every single year for the rest of your life." You would laugh in his face and drive away. Yet millions of older Aussies agree to this exact same scam with their life savings. You are literally buying your advisor a brand new Audi every 5 years, just for the privilege of them sending you an automated PDF statement once a quarter. The honest truth? You do not need to pay a percentage fee. Smart Aussies use low-cost industry super funds, or they pay an independent fee-for-service advisor a flat one-off fee of $2 or $3 grand to write a retirement plan, and then they execute it themselves. Stop paying the lazy tax. But here is the lie that genuinely makes my blood boil. It is the lie of omission. You sit down with the suit and you say, "Mate, what about the age pension? Can I get a pensioner concession card?" The advisor looks at your $600,000 balance, shakes his head and says, "Sorry mate, you have too much money. You are over the assets test limit. Don't even bother applying with Centrelink. They will just reject you." The advisor tells you this because his entire business model is based on keeping your $600,000 fully invested in his expensive pension product. He wants your balance as high as possible so he can charge you that percentage fee. But what he's hiding from you is a massive, completely legal loophole that could change your entire life.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Centrelink cheat code. I call it the spousal ghosting trick. Let's say our mate Pete is 67 years old. He's ready for the age pension. But his wife Shirley is 61. She's 6 years younger than him. They have $600,000 in Pete's name. As the advisor correctly pointed out, if Pete applies for the pension today, Centrelink sees the 600 grand, throws Pete into the taper rate trap and denies his pension. But here is the verified legal rule that the advisor hid.
Under Australian law, superannuation held in the accumulation phase for a spouse who is under the age pension age of 67 is completely exempt from the Centrelink assets test. It is completely invisible to the government. So what do Pete and Shirley do? They ignore the advisor. Because Pete is over 65, he meets a condition of release. He pulls $500,000 out of his super account completely tax-free. The next day, he drops that $500,000 straight into Shirley's super account as a non-concessional contribution. Because Shirley's only 61, her super is still in the accumulation phase.
Now Pete walks into Centrelink. He applies for the age pension. Centrelink looks at Pete's assets. He only has $100,000 left in his name. They look at Shirley's assets. Because she is under 67, her $500,000 is legally shielded. It does not exist on the test. Boom! Pete is suddenly approved for the full age pension. He starts receiving nearly $30,000 a year from the government, plus the pensioner concession card, which gets him cheap medicine, discounted council rates and cheap electricity. Meanwhile, their $500,000 is sitting safely in Shirley's account, compounding and growing in the background. This is a life-changing strategy. But the financial advisor didn't tell Pete about it. Why? Because moving money into Shirley's accumulation account means Pete couldn't buy the advisor's fancy high-fee pension product. The advisor chose his own commission over Pete's survival.
The financial advice industry in this country is absolutely terrified of educated retirees. They rely on the fact that you find the tax code boring. They bank on your fear of making a mistake. But you are not a victim. You have survived every recession, every interest rate hike, and every government change for the last 4 decades. You have the grit to manage your own finish line. If you are going to use a financial advisor, you need to walk into their office and interview them like you are hiring an employee. Because you are. Ask them if they are a fiduciary, meaning they are legally required to put your interests ahead of their own. Ask them exactly what their fees are in raw, hard dollars, not in percentages. If they refuse to give you a flat fee option, stand up, shake their hand, and walk out the door.
You work too hard to hand the keys over to a bloke whose biggest concern is hitting his quarterly sales target. Take a weekend. Sit down at the kitchen table. Learn the Centrelink thresholds. Look at your super funds administration fees. Figure out if you can use the spousal ghosting trick, or if you need to build a 2-year cash buffer to survive the inflation trap. The maths is not rocket science. It is just addition and subtraction, coded in a layer of boring government jargon designed to make you give up. Do not give up. At the end of the day, true wealth in Australia isn't about hitting an imaginary $1 million target on a spreadsheet. True wealth is about control. It is about waking up on a Tuesday morning and knowing exactly where your money is, what it is doing, and that nobody is quietly skimming it while you drink your coffee.
Do not let anyone tell you that you are not smart enough to manage your own retirement. You earned it. You protect it. If this video helped you spot a trap you didn't know about, please do me a favour and hit that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe so YouTube knows to show you the next deep dive, because we are dropping brutal financial truths every single week. If you want to take it a step further, hit the join button right below this video. For the price of a cheap cup of coffee, you can become an official member of the local pub. You get priority replies from me in the comments, and it helps keep the lights on so I can keep digging through the BS for you. But before you click away, I want to hear from you. We are building an incredible community of sharp Aussies here, and we help each other out. Go down to the comments right now and tell me, what is the absolute worst piece of financial advice a bank or an expert has ever tried to sell you? Drop your story below. I read every single message and I reply to everyone. Let's name and shame the bad advice together. I'm the Retired Aussie. Thanks for watching. Keep your guard up, and I'll see you in the next one.